Hi friends, let's have a look at what's happening in the potato garden today. We'll take a look first at the rain gauge, and you'll see almost 3 inches of water this week, or in the last few days. You know, they've taken on quite a bit to drink and still doing fine, other than a few issues with the bottom on this row here only. Today I'm going to show you what's happening in the potato field, or patch I should call it. Everything is growing by leaps and bounds. You can tell the difference in the leaves, you know, that this is a different one than this one. And then these are some of the ones that I got from the Mennonite farmer that I don't have a name for, and they're getting ready to flower. You know, all kinds of them. That one over there is starting to open. You know, and I really don't have any clue, you know, if they were a store variety or these are just old varieties of potatoes. But more than likely they're tetraploids, where they have 48 chromosomes, where these guys over here, the variety pack that I got from Windmill Farms, I think it was, these guys are diploids, and that means that they can't self-pollinate to get berries. You have to take a flower and take the pollen off of this one, and I finally have a second one over here. See the yellow and white there? Actually, this is the third one. There was another one in here that only had one flower. And I'm thinking it was this one right here, but I took a little pollen off of that one and brought it over here and put it onto this one a few days ago. And let's see the one without the yellow in the center? If the pollen took, then that will be a berry cross and create a whole new variety of potatoes from the two. And since there is no name for them, you know, I'm like, this one right here is beautiful. It's like my favorite and really prolific in the flowers. And I'm for right now just calling this number 1, that number 2, and meat number 3. You know, is the best I can do for names for right now. But today, you know, these are the potatoes that I grew from seed, the majority of them. And I've left some in containers so that you can see the difference. This is what they looked like when I put them in the ground, and then that's what they look like now. You know, taking them out of the containers and giving them free space really doubled, tripled, quadrupled their space of size and available nutrition in the ground. They're pretty much hooked up to the growing system now and doing well. I'm gonna take some soil and hill them up just a little, you know, say maybe 2 inches, and then I need to get this guy up and on the fence. This is one of the black, what was it called? Black Colt runner beans, and get him running on the fence. This plant right here is only pollinated by a bee, or you have to hand pollinate it to get it to set beans. It's going to be really exciting this year to see it grow. And then these guys are, you know, the new bed that I put in. I took them out of those white containers and put them in the ground, and they've more than doubled. And then I've got my first harvest. Yep. You know, I left the screen off the box here. Somehow the cats are attracted to this box like a litter box, and Sassy came out and dug up the potato that was having its own potatoes, and dislodged, you know, the potatoes. But I've already dealt with, what do you call it, potato beetles. I picked out 6 of them and put them, you know, in that Folgers, or, you know, that clear container over there. And then some flea beetles were attacking also. I got this thing as a trial, you know, it's got some sort of scent on it that attracts them. They fall into the bag and then supposedly go down here. There's holes to let water out for drainage. But today is, you know, a day to hill up some of the ones that are in stress. Over here, this bed is doing really well, but on the edge, for some reason, where I've added the lettuce, the all the water we've had, the regular romaine lettuce, see how it's like root rotting and falling off, where the red is holding up. And on this side only, it's showing a little bit of signs of blight or mineral loss. The yellowing is kind of like too much rain washing away the stuff, but then there's the spots on the leaves that show possible early blight, which I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's just, you know, I'm going to pull all these leaves and get rid of them. You don't want to add this stuff back to the garden just in case it's a disease. But I'm going to take some soil and hill them up a little bit. If you take a look over here, see this leaf right here? You know, the holes are from the flea beetles, and this one right here is turning yellow, and then the spots, but, you know, just take that off. I'm going to pull the, what do you call that, the straw out, and if you take and move the soil gently, you'll see some of the roots right here. And you don't want to disrupt it too much. But see right there? There's a potato. So this potato plant is going to produce this year. And it looks like it, you know, see the little red in it? It looks like maybe it cross-pollinated with a red one. But all I'm going to do is, I'm going to have to bring in a little more soil, is get a couple inches up to the top here and create a mound around it. Go ahead and take this leaf. It should be left on, but I don't want to take a chance that it has the virus, if it is a virus, and leave it in. This one won't just break, so let me get the scissors. Okay, I'm gonna take the scissors and just cut that off, and that one looks pretty good, but I'm gonna just cut it off just in case. And then take this soil and mound it up. You don't want to mound it up too much because you already know the tubers right here. But what you're trying to do is get the water to drain away from the potatoes and down the hill more. And then take the straw and put it back up around. The straw is going to help. If we didn't have so much water, it would help retain water, but it's also going to help with the keeping soil, like on the tomatoes. It'll keep the soil from splashing back up on the potato, because in the tomatoes it is soil touching it that causes the blight, but no one's ever said that it is the soil touching the potatoes that cause the blight. So I'm gonna just add more straw just in case it is. and prevent and reverse the blight in the potatoes here. Or any way it goes, the damage is being caused from too much rain, too much water. But I'm just going to go down the line here. And anything that is spotted or yellowed, I didn't add coffee to these like I did the other day because these were doing really well. I only add things when I see issues. And I think today would be a good day to add coffee to them. It adds a little bit of extra nutrition while they're growing their tubers. And then my coffee over here is full of water. So I'm gonna just pour it out on the ground here and then take it from here and break it up around and not on the plants. Smells like fresh roasted coffee sitting here. But the rest of the potatoes back in there look really good. It's amazing how it's only on this area, and you would think the water would be draining off more here, but it looks like everything's draining too here and collecting. And I'm not hilling up much because these potatoes are early season and they're not going to grow up the stalk to create even more potatoes like along our mid-season would. So by hilling up just a little bit, it keeps the potatoes from being exposed to sunlight and helps to run the water off of them. Next year I'm going to try these the way I do the tomatoes, you know, in between straw bales. To get some more straw brought back here so I can cover these a little thicker. This is the basics, and the true potato seeds now are at a point that I'm going to start adding some organic compost to them to hill them up a bit and get the straw out and put around them. That way they can have, you know, some of the same benefits all the other potatoes have. And hopefully this will get them, going fat. They're making tubers. They seem to, as babies, need a lot of babying, compared to, just putting a tuber in the ground and letting it grow, or taking a sprout off of a potato and it taking off. These guys are sensitive to the soil, the cocoa core and things like that, sterile soil, I should say. That's what they need as seedlings, and then they grow into a richer soil. But if you can see, I'm hoping that you see that I'm just taking and making mounds around them. This one's got a piece of grass trying to grow in with it, so I want to take that out. And I'm just going to cover up the next set of leaves. I think he's a helper. I forgot what they're called. It's amazing how predator and prey, just take care of everything. And if we use pesticides and kill the bad guys, we kill the good guys too. That hurts everyone and everything. Oops, sorry. And I'll go ahead and get all this done. And I'll also do the same thing to the pole sprouts I have over here. Just take some of the new compost and build like a pyramid around it, covering up the next set of leaves. And this will help water run off the potatoes and not in the potatoes. But it also will strain it down to the next potato, so you need to make sure that he's on a hillside too. So come down here and build up a mound around it. This is the first hilling and only hilling that I'll do since they were put in the ground. And then all the straw, I'll add some more straw to this, but all the straw will go back around it to keep the soil from splashing up onto the plants. I almost forgot to update you on the bucket one. We had so much water that I had to drill more holes in the bottom and put this under some protection to keep and control the water flow. And I've already hilled it up twice to get to this level. But it's a lot harder, when you're in a rainy area to garden in a container. I guess I'll end today's video with a look at, these are the tubers that I made the majority of the pole sprouts from. A lot of them didn't make it, and a lot of them won't make it. This one right here, you can see from too much water, it's going really bad. More than likely, this is gold, you know, like a Yukon gold type of interior inside of it. Somehow the golds are the most susceptible to rotting, and that one I have to get rid of. Outside, if the Yukon golds are rotting in the ground like this, all the guck from them is seeping into the soil and kind of damaging the potatoes, and that could be another reason that those potatoes out there on the corner are having an issue, because the seed tuber may be rotting in the ground. And then this one here has a little bit of mold on it, which you know, I can let it dry up and flake it off, but it's starting to get soft too. Good chance that I'll lose that tuber. But the rest of them, you know, see how firm this one is? And it's already starting, you know, to sprout again. But I'm going to expose them to more sun today and see who hardens up. And, you know, I can continue making more plants and making more plants from them until they eventually, you know, will disappear. Look at all those eyes, you know, in this one. So it's like, okay, I'll look. You know, and then here's my heart potato. You know, I really think that's adorable. But I can either, you know, expose these to cold, put them back in cold storage, and then use them to make more plants in the fall, or for the fall harvest, I should say. Or, you know, just let them sit around and, you know, hope they last for a while. But that one has to go. You want to make sure that none of your other potatoes are touching that one. Otherwise, it'll start, you know, poisoning the other potatoes too. But I guess I'll close from now. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for watching.